In this series of screencasts, we are going to learn how to use the Alice 3 Scene Editor. The Scene Editor in Alice allows you to create a world with objects for your animation, adding and placing characters, scenery, and props. This first screencast will show you how to add an object to your scene. If you have not started Alice 3, pause the video and start Alice now. After Alice has started, you should see a dialog box presenting 12 templates for an Alice 3 project. A template is a starting background for an Alice 3 scene. For the example animation, click on the Sea Floor template. We are going to create an animation in which a clownfish and a blue tang have a run-in with a shark. As the two small fish are talking, a shark will suddenly appear. The clownfish will panic, swimming away to look for a place to hide. He finds a treasure chest and hides in the chest. In order to create this animation, we must build the initial scene as shown here. This scene will have a clownfish, the blue tang, a shark who is lurking out of sight in the background, a cave, a sunken pirate ship, and the treasure chest. Once a starting template has been selected, the scene is displayed in the Alice Code Editor. The Code Editor is where you will create a program to make your world come to life. We will demonstrate the Code Editor in another screencast. In this screencast, we will demonstrate how to add objects to a scene. To do this, we will work in Alice's Scene Editor. Click the Setup Scene button to go to the Scene Editor. In the Scene Editor, the camera view window has a larger size, which makes it easier to set up the scene. At the bottom of the window is the gallery, which contains folders and tabs. A gallery is a showcase of 3D models. Each 3D model can be used to create an object, geometric shapes, 3D text, and billboards for the scene. The tabs represent different organizational principles by which the gallery can be browsed to find the appropriate models for a scene. Click on the Swimmer class's Gallery folder. When the folder opens, you will see two subfolders, Fish classes and Marine Mammal classes. Click on the Fish class's Gallery folder. When this folder opens, you will see images of different classes of fish that are available for a scene. Click on the image for the new clownfish. A dialog box opens where you can enter a name for the clownfish object. Enter the name Emmett and then click on OK. The clownfish, named Emmett, has been added to the scene. When an object is added to a scene, Alice automatically adds a tile to the object tree in the Scene Editor. In the Setup panel, the new clownfish Emmett is available in the drop-down menu. When Emmett is selected in the menu, we can see different properties of the clownfish, including position and size. We will examine these properties in more detail in later screencasts. It is always a good idea to save the project every 15 to 20 minutes using a progressive numbering pattern. World 1.a3p, World 2.a3p, World 3.a3p, and so on. We will now demonstrate adding a new object to the scene by clicking and dragging a new blue tang into the scene. With a mouse, click on the blue tang picture in the gallery and drag the yellow bounding box that represents the blue tang, size and orientation into the scene view. A dialog box opens where you can enter a name for the blue tang object. Enter the name Betty and then click on OK. The blue tang, named Betty, has been added to the scene. After dragging the blue tang into the scene, the fish is surrounded by a circular handle. When we click and drag on this handle, the fish will turn to the right or the left, setting its orientation for the scene. To set the location of the fish in the scene, use the mouse to click and drag the fish itself, moving it to the right and to the left, forward and backward in the scene. Hold down the Shift key and click and drag the mouse up and down, moving the fish up and down to set its vertical position in the scene. Now it is your turn. Using the mouse controls, position the clownfish and the blue tang as shown. Then add a new shark to the scene, naming it Phil. Use the mouse to drag the shark into position, as shown here. Save your project. In this screencast, we use the Alice Scene Editor to demonstrate how to add objects to a scene.